Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, thank you for stopping by. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, thank you for coming back. It really means a lot. So in today's video, I thought I'd go over just how I'm using my student finance loan and grant money for the next 2 years while I'm doing my masters. So I am doing my masters from home, so I can work and things as well. So let's get into it. My masters money I'm using to fund my living envelopes within my cash envelopes. So that is my food, my household and my cat's money. So that is £100 a week. So this is just a breakdown of the payments, the first year of my masters and the second year of my masters, the date or the approximate date of when they will go into my bank account, the amount I get each payment for the loan as well as for the grant, and then the total payment for each payment. So as you can see, on the 5th of October, I had £1,904.76 of loan, £1,135.86 of grant, which was a total of £3,040.62. The last payment of each year does fluctuate because of how it works with the pence and things. So yes, obviously the grant, there's 6,885 at the end of the 2 years. I won't have to pay back, it's a grant. But obviously the 11,545 will add to my student finance debt, I suppose, which I will have to pay back. Obviously I finished my bachelor's degree, so my undergraduate degree, so obviously that is gaining interest and that will obviously add to it. Yes, it is a debt, so technically I'm not debt free, but obviously those payments come out a tiny amount out of my monthly income because obviously I don't make a lot. I am, low income budgeter, and I'm not too concerned about those debts. I'm not going to go and save money to make extra payments, because in the UK, if you don't start to earn enough by a certain date, or if you don't clear your student debt by a certain age, they wipe it off anyway. So I'm not too fussed about that. Below here, I just have a breakdown of the first year. I've not broken down the second year worth of payments yet, only because I will have to outlay I think it's about £4,500 for the actual tuition. The first year was a lot less than that. It's a lot more in the second year. The first year I did borrow from my nan, which you'll see when I go over the explanation. So it all depends next summer where I can get the money from to pay for that. Whether I take out a credit card, pay it off, and pay it off each time I get a payment, we'll see. I'm not too worried about that yet. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. There we go. So the 5th of October, I had a payment of £3,040.62. So 1,300 of that stayed in my account. I opened a separate account for my student finance so I can keep it separate, completely separate from my bills and things like that. So I have a completely different account and then a completely different saving account linked to this, and it's with a different bank, so it's completely separate. So 1,300 of that is 13 weeks worth of living money, and that'll tide me over until the next payment in January. So that is just sitting in my account. And then so the £100 that I stuffed in my previous video, my really short one, into my cash envelope binder, I just pulled that out of that account. So now there's 1,200 sitting in there. And then each month then I will pull out 4 weeks worth, so £400, and then that balance will go down until the next payment goes in. £500 I paid back to my nan for borrowing the money I borrowed money to pay for the tuition. It should have been a little bit more than that, paying each month, or each payment, sorry, not each month. But she had to borrow some money to one of my cousins for something with his car, and she gave some money to my other cousin for something else. I don't know what. And she does tend to treat us all the same. So the equivalent of what she gave them, she took off what I owe her. We had a big discussion about it. I don't expect her to treat us all equally, you know. I borrowed that money with the full intention of giving it back. I told her that, but she's a very generous woman. Is my grandmother, as you see, you know, she does give me a little bit of money each month. I am very grateful that she did, you know, has lowered it a little bit each payment to give back to her. So I'm able to save a little bit more. So that 500, as soon as it came in, I transferred that straight to her after we had our discussion. Lastly, I have £1,240.62. That I've transferred into my savings account, which is linked to this account, and that is saving for June to September 2023 living. Okay, so obviously I will kind of be studying all year round, because I will start to look, you know, work on next year's, the second year of my master's work. Fingers crossed I pass the first year, you know, and I'll start to look into my dissertation and things like that. But I won't have any student finance coming in for those months. So what I'm doing is I'm saving whatever I don't need from each payment to go into my savings, and then we'll go into that in a second. So that is being saved. The 3rd of January payment, it's the exact same breakdown because the total I receive is the same. And then the April payment is slightly different. I am able to save a little bit more because the payment is a little bit more. Moving down here to my breakdown. So from each payment, I was able to save these amounts. I'm not going to start listing them because I'm guaranteed to make a mistake. And the total I will be able to save is £3,814. So if I take that £3,814 and minus £1,800, which is 18 weeks of living from June to September, and then my next grant payment will kick in on the 2nd of October, I will have £2,114 left. That'll be left in my savings, and I don't plan on touching that. And that'll be living then from June to December 2024 after my master's finishes. So I will have a little bit of leeway in order to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to, you know, leave my job, find a job in the field that I want? I'm going to keep my monthly job, my job that I have now that pays me monthly, and find another job. I will have, you know, I'll be secure enough to have some money to be able to live for a couple of months while I figure that out. So it won't be finish my master's, right, I need to find another job. I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life, basically. So obviously when I go to pay for my tuition next year, I might decide, right, I'm gonna just borrow the 2,000 from myself from this savings, and maybe take out a credit card for 2,000, or borrow 2,000 from someone else, or take 2,000 out of one of my other savings or sinking funds. But that's a bridge to cross when I get there. Whoops, zoom out. So yes, so that is my student finance breakdown, and just a little bit of explanation where my living money is coming from. Obviously, you know, I started this channel to be, you know, to hold myself accountable, and, you know, to share with you my journey, you know, and to share, you know, and to show that, you know, things are possible being low income, and yeah, just to be really transparent. And, you know, I don't really want to, you know, hide things which I don't need to hide, you know, it is possible, you know. So bit rambly, but yes, so that is my student loan and grant student finance breakdown for my masters, and how it's all going to work within my budget. So thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please consider hitting that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to leave me a comment, I would love to read that as well. I do love reading all your comments. I hope you all have an amazing day, and if you want to keep up to date with my budgeting journey, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would make my day. Thanks for watching. Bye.